Hello and welcome. You're looking at Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. My name's Luke Tanaka, and I'm delighted to bring you this men's soccer game on BlueJayTV.com. Now, let's join the PA announcer for today's starting lineup, starting with Olivet.
The goalkeeper, number 40, Alex Lang. Number 5, Vince Cremia. Number 7, Jared Wilson Santos. Number 8, Corey Werner Hoskins. Number 10, Zach Stoltz. Number 14, Chase Carvaglia. Number 16, Evan Shambaugh. Number 19, Austin Dunn. Number 30, Joby Griggs. Number 38, David Maglund. And finally, number 39, Harry Pingleton. The Comets are coached by Dan Bully. And now, the start lineup for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. In net, number 0, John Regland. Number 2, Derek Dedman. Number 3, Andrew Moore. Number 5, Christian Mullen. Number 8, Alec Ines. Number 9, Andrew Wazowski. Number 10, Brett Stifler. Number 14, Michael DeLong. Number 20, Nick Fetchy. Number 21, Brady Arward. And number 23, Jeff Cady. Your Blue Jays are coached by Dave D. Tomaso. Would everybody please rise? Gentlemen, kindly move all caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back to Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Luke Tanaka here to bring you all the action. This is Elmhurst College men's soccer on BlueJayTV.com. Today, the Olivet College Comets come into Langhorse Field to face the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. The Comets 3-4 on the season. Got to 3-4 with a win yesterday over Kalamazoo College. 2-0 win for the Comets over the Hornets. The Blue Jays have had some time off. They haven't played since the 20th. When they traveled down to Georgia to play a couple of teams. They beat LaGrange College 3-0 and then faced Oglethorpe University and won 2-0, and now facing these Olivet College Comets with a record of 5-2-2. Olivet from the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association, and their conference rules are a little different. They actually play a home-and-home in their conference, so they got started with conference play much earlier in the season than these Blue Jays have. The Comets have already played a couple of conference games, including beating Kalamazoo yesterday, and then traveling here to play a non-conference game before continuing their non-conference schedule for the rest of the year. Final team huddles, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Let's give you some of the starters. The two keepers, first for Elmhurst, John Regland, facing off against the Olivet College Comets keeper, Alex Lang. Other starters, defensemen, we got number 2, Derek Dedman for the Blue Jays, number 3, Andrew Moore for the Blue Jays, and then number 21, Brad Yarwood. Other starters, Christian Mullen is a midfielder. He'll play mostly in the defense. Alec Ganas is a midfielder slash forward. He is more of an attacking midfielder for these Blue Jays. Witzowski, again, more of a defensive midfielder. And Stifler, more of an offensive midfielder. DeLong is one of the forwards. You'll see a couple of forwards today rotated in with the Blue Jays. Michael DeLong, Mike Emig as well. Both have a couple of goals on the season. Other starters include Nick Fetchy, who's also a forward, a part of that rotation. And then Jeff Kading, another midfielder. As for the Comets, defenseman number 5, Vince Garemia. Number 7, a forward, Wilson Santos, who had an assist and a goal yesterday in their 2-0 win over Kalamazoo. Corey Werner Hoskins is also a forward. Zach Schultz, midfielder, leads the team with 4 goals. Chase Garaveldia, midfielder, and a freshman starting today. Evan Schambach, a defender, also a freshman, starting today as we are now underway. Olivet will kick us off. More starters for Olivet. Austin Dunn is the defender slash midfielder. Joby Griggs is a midfielder. David McGallion is a midfielder. Number 39, Harry Pilkington, is also a midfielder. Olivet just retaining possession here in the early going. Passing it back to the keeper, Lang, and then back to the far side. Olivet going from left to right currently with the white jerseys and the red numbers. Blue Jays in the blue. The white numbers going from right to left as this pass intercepted by Stifler but headed out of play. Throw-in will come to Garemia, the defender on the near side. Olivet content to just retain possession here back in their own end. Still haven't brought it over the midway line, but have kept possession for the first minute of the game. This is McGallion in the middle, passing back to his defense. Garemia on the near side, the right back, kicking it up. Looking for number 10, Zach Schultz, but could not find him. And the ball eventually will find its way out of play, and Andrew Moore will be the one to put us back underway here on the near side. Moore looking for Stifler. Couldn't quite find him. The ball is tipped out by Ganas and back over to Olivet. The CCIW and the MIAA have played a lot of games this far this season. This is the 13th game between the two conferences, And the series is actually currently tied at 6-6-1. So whoever wins this game between these two teams, the conference will take advantage in the series thus far this season. Blue Jays are 1-2-1 thus far against the MIAA. They fell to Hope College and Calvin College here at Langhorse Field early in September, and then traveled to Michigan. They defeated Albion and then drew with Kalamazoo College in their 2 games in Michigan to finish at 1-2-1. The Comets are 1-1 against the CCIW. They beat Carthage to open the season at home and then fell to North Park here in Chicago. This is actually the 3rd trip. All 3 road games the Comets have played have been in the Chicagoland area. They played the University of Chicago, North Park, and now here at Elmhurst as we have a talking to from the referee on the far side, and it's going to be a Blue Jay free kick, I believe. Today is just the 2nd meeting between Elmhurst and Olivet in men's soccer. Last year, the first ever meeting between the teams. Andrew Witzowski and Brett Stifler, 2 Blue Jay starters who are still here in Elmhurst, each scored first half goals as the Blue Jays hung on for a 2-1 road win. Now continuing the home-and-home series this year, facing Olivet right here in Elmhurst, Illinois. Mullins' free kick was low and got intercepted. That was Zach Schultz on the interception, and now passing it off to Austin Dunn. But Dunn has it taken away. Here's Alec Ganas on the near side. Ganas possibly with a chance here. Looking towards the middle, will instead turn around and play back to Stifler. Stifler has Moore back, and now we'll find him. Moore possibly looking to swing one into the box. Gets in front, here it comes. Couple of Blue Jays in the area, and diving attempt. That was number 20, Nick Fetchy, trying to dive in at least. Will be the one to get us back underway with a free kick. Lang's kick is going to clear the midway line. A couple players battling for it. It was Witzowski who won it for the Blue Jays to Ganas. Back to Witzowski. Witzowski lost his balance for a second and ran into one of the Olivet players, and the ball is eventually won again by the Blue Jays. That was Harry Pilkington, the midfielder, battling as the ball rolls over the end line Pass was intended for DeLong, but DeLong couldn't quite control it. Good job by the Olivet defense to leave that ball, and now Alex Lang will get it started once again. Lang, the Olivet goalkeeper in the bright green. Regland in his multicolored suit on the right side of the field. He's got some blue on the front and some highlighter yellow. Yeah, not to mention that orange stripe on the left cuff. Here's Moore, pass intercepted. Now Olivet looking to spring a counter. Here's Schultz. Schultz has their leading attacker up down the field. That's number 8, Werner Hoskins. Their second leading scorer, Hoskins with 3 goals on the season, Schultz with 4. Now here come the Blue Jays. Here's Brett Stifler on the near side. He has DeLong. DeLong was going to make a run, but instead will hang back now as Stifler makes his own run. Now here's DeLong with some space. DeLong looking for an open target, moves to his right, takes a shot that curves right into the hands of Alex Lang. Good first shot for the Blue Jays, just testing the goalkeeper. Lang, a senior from West Bloomfield, Michigan, and Detroit Catholic High School. Only making his 3rd start in goal for the Olivet College Comets. 7 starts for Ryan Grashnik. He started the season as the keeper, and Lang has gotten a couple of opportunities since, and we'll see if the senior in Lang can possibly unseat Grashnik for that starting role. Now here's a long ball for Moore, but it's going to be intercepted by Griggs. Went a little too far, and Witzowski will control for the Blue Jays. Brad Yarwood and Mullen playing defense back there, and while Moore runs around the near side, possibly trying to spring an attack, as now far side, that's going to be a foul. Number 7, Jared Wilson Santos with his 2nd foul of the day. That's just his first. It was Hoskins, number 8, with the first one. And the Blue Jays will have a chance to swing one into the box from about, say, 25 yards out. They back it up to about 30. It's going to be Yarwood. Make that actually Christian Mullen, the usual free kick taker. Mullen with his hand up, and here it comes. Swinging into the box, and there's a shot, and rolls around a couple of players, and it looks like Brett Stifler had a great chance to knock it in. That's Stifler, number 10, who looked like he had a chance to take a shot there, and instead it was cleared by an Olivet defender, and it'll be a Blue Jay corner. Mullen was actually one of the guys in the box, usually the free kick taker for the Blue Jays, but this time it wasn't Mullen. This time it's 23 Jeff Kading on the corner with his hand up, and the Blue Jays will flock towards the goal. It's up and then headed up in the air by an Olivet defender, headed towards the goal by a Blue Jay, but then eventually cleared by Olivet, but not all the way out. Here's Stifler with a chance. Stifler with a shot, and it goes just wide. He was offsides anyway, but Stifler looking like he had a solid offensive opportunity there between a couple of Olivet defenders. But the flag was up either way, and he did shank the shot a little bit to the left. So with just over 37 minutes to play, still no score. Couple of shots for the Blue Jays. 1 save for Olivet and their keeper Alex Lang. Olivet hasn't found their scoring opportunity quite yet like the Blue Jays have. The Blue Jays have been controlling in their offensive half, and Olivet's been content to just kind of hold possession either around midfield or back around their defense as there's Stifler applying pressure. But the pass goes back to Garamia. Long ball played in, looking for Schultz, but Mullen is there to clear it away. Now the far side, Dedman with the flick header. Here's Nick Fetchy. Fetchy looking for Kading on the far side. Here's Derek Dedman. Dedman playing more of a midfield role now rather than his usual defensive role. He's listed as a defender, but certainly has played more midfield thus far this season. It was Ganas battling with an Olivet defender, but the defender was the one to win it. Here's the ball swung into the box, headed away by Olivet. And the Comets looking for a possible offensive attack, but slowed down by Witzowski. Thinking about the quick restart was number 19, Austin Dunn, but instead they'll slow it down as the Blue Jay defense was quick to get back into their lanes. No score early on. Olivet Comets, Elmhurst Blue Jays. Blue Jays wrapping up the non-conference portion of their schedule today. Would love to come away with another win over a regional opponent. This is Fetchy on the far side, battling with a couple of Olivet defenders. Still battling, and then played back to Kading, but it went over the line before he could get a foot on it. Two shots for the Blue Jays thus far in the game, one from long range and then one on a header from Dedman that went just wide. That pass intercepted by Stifler. Here's a chance for the Blue Jays. Stifler will take a long shot and just wide. Lang was there to play it. Stifler had DeLong with him, but it was a 2-on-3, so not a bad chance, not a bad opportunity to just go ahead and rip one from deep and hit it with the outside of his foot, and it just faded a little bit. If you're for a golf term there, just faded a little bit off to the right. Now Olivet controlling. That was a turnover that turned into an opportunity. Olivet turnover turned into an opportunity for the Blue Jays in their offensive half. Now Olivet controlling in their half with the throw-in on the far side. Still waiting to see who's going to be the man to take it. And it's going to be Garami on the far side, the defender. 6'2" freshman from Bell River, Ontario. Long throw-in comes into the box. Couple of people batting for it. Ganas using his 6'4" frame to win that header. Now the ball is flicked on once again by Olivet, but this time it's going to be gathered up by Stifler. Then booted downfield towards the middle, but not quite all the way out. Werner Hoskins looking for Schultz. Schultz hitting it high in the air, now bringing it down for Werner Hoskins once again. Here's Werner Hoskins volleying himself a shot, but he couldn't quite get all of it. Possibly a long-range chance here, but instead it's going to be a flick and a little too far. That was Magellan trying to find Schultz. Magellan got a little too much of the ball, possibly trying to flick it up a little higher for Schultz. Couldn't do it, but John Regland will be the one, the Elmhurst goalkeeper, to put us back into play after dusting off the turf in front of the ball. Regland very good with his rituals whenever he takes these goal kicks. Runs up to it, and there it comes. A couple of players battling for it. Witzowski was the one to win it, but it ended up coming to the near side. Sprinting down the field is Joby Griggs. Taken away briefly by Stifler, but he couldn't control it. Olivet will have another chance to swing one into the box here. Garemia will take the throw in. Probably looking to give Olivet another chance inside the box to just hit some big bodies. It's Elmhurst manning up, and here comes the throw. Regland has it in his sights, and he's got it in his grasp as well. Good job by Regland to limit the Olivet scoring chance. The Comets have already played 3 non-conference games since their last road trip, which was down here in Chicago against the University of Chicago. They split a pair of 3-2 contests. They lost on the road 3-2 to Albion, and then defeated Trine on the road, or excuse me, at home in Olivet. And they fell to Alma College at home last Tuesday. Zach Schultz led the Comets with 3 goals in conference play thus far, while Jared Wilson Santos has 2, and those 2 are also the leaders on the season as well. Here's Brett Stifler on the near side, knocking it off of Corey Werner Hoskins and out of play. Schultz, Werner Hoskins, and Wilson Santos, the 3 attackers to watch for Olivet. As for the Blue Jays, Michael DeLong is definitely somebody to watch. DeLong, 2 goals and 3 assists on the season, as this one is lifted into the box and well played by Alex Lang. It was Dedman who swung it in. Looked like he was almost trying to put it on frame just to get a little pressure on Lang, but Lang was there and easily able to handle it. Olivet hanging out in their side of the field. They're looking to push it up possibly. Garemia trying to find Magellan. Here's Magellan again. Looking upfield for a target. Can't find any, so we'll just hang out back in their own defensive half. That's Mullen with the header, trying to hit it upfield. It's going to be battled for by Yarwood and Schultz, and it's going to end up being Wasowski as Yarwood won it to Witzowski. Far side, here's Derek Dedman looking towards the far side, but his touch was a little too far away from him. Dedman, a transfer. Sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky in Noblesville High School. Played 6 games for the Blue Jays and has 1 assist. This is Zach Schultz. Schultz with a nice run. Schultz looking to spring Werner Hoskins on the far side. Not sure if that was the best scoring opportunity there, as he looked like he could have ripped a shot from deep, but perhaps he thought Werner Hoskins was sprinting a little closer than he may have imagined. Schultz giving the thumbs up sign, saying it was a good opportunity, but a misplay by him. John Regland, Elmhurst keeper, giving up just 0.43 goals per game, just giving up 4 goals on the entire season, 5 shutouts, and also paired with Elmhurst's other keeper, Nathaniel Power, to combine for another shutout. That was one of the shutouts on the road in Atlanta. I believe it was the first one against LaGrange where they combined for the shutout. Mullen deflects it off of Joby Griggs, the midfielder, freshman from England, for Olivet. Lots of international on the Olivet side, many players from England. Billy Mittard is a defender from Portsmouth. As we said, Joby Griggs from Bangor Regis. Free kick won by Olivet. Won by number 19, Austin Dunn. From about 50 yards out, Olivet will have a chance either scoop it into the box or perhaps set up somebody to put it into the box. This is going to be Joby Griggs. Just a freshman playing in his 9th contest of the season. Ball away by Nick Fetchy in the Elmhurst defense. Almost halfway through this first half, still no score between the Blue Jays and Comets. Blue Jays have 3 shots to just 1 on goal, and Olivet, no shots thus far in the game. Possibly their first one could come here. This is Werner Hoskins on the far side, battling with a couple of Elmhurst defenders. Gets through both of them, splits them, and then passes back. Here's a shot. No, he's going to fake the shot. Now Fetchy takes it away. Fetchy possibly looking to spring a counterattack. Fetchy looking for DeLong and will draw foul instead. Christian Mullen will take his time restarting this as the teams reset down the field. As we mentioned, the Blue Jays 5-2-2 on the season. Their 2 losses here at Langhorse Field against teams in the conference that Olivet plays in, the MIAA in Michigan. Hope and Calvin came on back-to-back days, and they were both 1-goal losses. Hope, who actually is 3-0 against the CCIW, the best record in the series between these 2 conferences at 3-0, came here and beat Elmhurst 2-1. And then Calvin came here the next day and beat Elmhurst 1-0. So those are only 2 losses on the season. Since then, the Blue Jays are 3-0-2 with 2 draws, 1 to Dominican at home and 1 to Kalamazoo on the road, and 3 wins. Albion on the road, LaGrange on the road, and Oglethorpe on the road. This is their first home game in over 2 weeks. Since then, they played a couple of road games in Georgia. Also, before that, they played a couple of road games in Michigan. Beautiful day for soccer here at Langhorse Field. Probably in the low 80s and just a few scattered clouds. Elmhurst defense controlling. That's Witzowski looking for the near side and Moore. He's got Stifler, and he'll find him. Moore is going to wrap around, looking for a run, but instead they'll play it back to Witzowski in the Elmhurst defense, possibly looking to set up something. Calling for the ball is Dedman, almost pleading for it, it looked like. And now Kading instead on the far side. Kading trying to swing it into the box. Got some of the ball, but didn't get all of it, and it leaked over the left end line. Instead, it'll be Alex Lang to put it back into play. Lang has not given up a goal this far on the season, although he's only played in a game. Olivet, coached by Dan Bully, possibly looking at a couple of keepers to see who's going to get them through the rest of their conference portion of their schedule. As we mentioned, their conference schedule is different from the CCIW. CCIW goes on a home and road split every year, so if you play, let's say this year, Elmhurst will travel to Wheaton on October 3rd. That's their next game. Last year they hosted Wheaton right here. Actually drew with the Thunder. It's a nice result for the Blue Jays. As here's Stifler on the near side. Stifler with making a couple of moves, now trying to serve one into the box. It goes off of the defender, Magellan, and I believe Jeff Kading will have a chance to throw a corner into the box. I believe it will be Kading, and it is. DeLong was going over there, checking to make sure Kading was on his way. It is number 23 Kading, the man to take it. Elmhurst coached by Dave DiTomaso, and John Reglin's been the stud goalkeeper for these Blue Jays for a couple of years now. Last year he was phenomenal, especially in conference play. Here's the first corner. Into the box and off the head of one Blue Jay. Now still in the box dangerously, and then eventually cleared by Olivet. Looked like the flick-on header was Brett Stifler, and then a couple of Blue Jays had a shot at it, but it was eventually leaked over the far sideline, and again it'll be Kading running to the far side of the field this time, and he'll throw it in. Possibly another chance, and look for the big target, number 8, Alec Ganas. For him in the boxes, he is always a target they look for. Couldn't quite get it to him. Dedman battling for it, and the Blue Jays will control. Here's a shot that's partially blocked, but was going well wide by Nick Fetchy. DeLong controls it, knocked off the ball by number 30, Joby Griggs. And Fetchy will chase his own header as the ball is then won by Fetchy, but again, foul against Austin Dunn on Fetchy. Elmhurst will have another chance, and once again, here comes Kading. Kading will be the one to take the free kicks in the offensive half. Mullen will be the one to take the kicks in the defensive half for the Blue Jays. At least that's how it's been thus far this season. And here's Kading running up to it and delivering the ball once again. It's a dangerous-looking ball off the head of Christian Mullen and then into the hands of Alex Lang. Blue Jays testing this keeper early in this first half. 23 minutes to play in the first half, as here's Stifler now. Stifler has DeLong. Also has Dedman on the far side. Trying to get the ball into the box. Couldn't quite do it. But now it's to DeLong's feet. DeLong to the far side, but nobody's at the far post. Cleared nicely by the defense, but not all the way out. Here's Kading, rips a shot, and he scores! An unassisted goal, Jeff Kading puts the Blue Jays on the board. It's 1-0 Elmhurst. Jeff Kading's first goal of the season. He already had 2 assists. And what a rocket it was. About 30, maybe 25 yards out, Kading took it off the bounce and just ripped a shot towards the far post. It snuck inside there, past the keeper, Alex Lang, and the Blue Jays are up 1-0. The goal comes on Elmhurst's 8th shot of the contest. Their 3rd shot on goal. Olivet still does not have a shot yet. Elmhurst also offside once, which negated one of those shots, as Olivet looking to answer quickly. Garemia into the box. It's dangerously in there, headed forward. A little miscommunication between the defense and Reglin, but nobody was there for Olivet to take advantage of it. And DeLong will pass off to Fetchy on the far side, and I think Fetchy will just retreat back and let somebody set up the offense from the defensive side. And now here's Mullen with it. Mullen looking upfield, delivers a long pass towards Fetchy. Fetchy running. There's number 7, Jared Wilson Santos, who wins the free kick for Olivet. Foul was against number 20, Nick Fetchy. Alex Lang will be the one to get us back underway. First goal of the game now.
Blue Jays goal, his first of the season, scored by number 23, Jeff Kading, in the 23rd minute. Unassisted. Goal by Kading, his first of the season, scored in the 23rd.
23rd minute goal by Kading, 1-0 Blue Jays. What a great ball is what it was, as it looks like we'll get an Elmhurst sub here pretty quick. Possibly at the next dead ball situation, could be here. Olivet coach is pleading with the official over something. It's also Austin Dunn over there talking to the official. Maybe the official talking to him. I'm not sure which one started the conversation, but the throw-in is coming from the Blue Jays regardless. Here's Michael DeLong flicking it on towards Dedman. Dedman trying to get it back to DeLong. Now Dedman again towards the middle. It's Brett Stifler charging on Garemia, but he's able to get it away. Blue Jays doing a great job of pressure defense, as that ball is a no offsides call, but good play by Alex Lang to beat Brett Stifler to the ball. Near side charging is number 30, Joby Griggs. Griggs looking for Schultz, but pass is a little too far. Schultz liked the effort from Griggs, but the pass was just a little too far to the right, and it squirted out of play. And here comes the sub for the Blue Jays. Nick Fetchy is going to be the one to go out. I believe that's number 15, Bryce Phillips. I'm going to check on that in just a minute. I believe that is Bryce Phillips, number 15. Could possibly be 16, Ben Swanson Ralph as well. We'll get an official word once we figure that out. The Blue Jays do lead 1-0. Just under 20 minutes to play in this first half. Here's Andrew Witzowski trying to get it off to Derek Dedman. Couldn't quite do it. And instead it's going to be a foul called, and Olivet will be able to put it back into play. Alex Lang, keeper for the Comets, gets us back started. Official confirmation, it was indeed number 16, Ben Swanson Ralph, who came in for Nick Fetchy just a few moments ago. Under 19 minutes to play now in the contest. Here's a ball up for Stifler, but Stifler fell down before we had a chance to recover that for that one, and the ball is served back upfield by the Comets, and Mullen will play it back to his keeper, Ragland. In case you're wondering about some other colors Ragland might have, he's got the orange gloves on. I believe they have black. As this ball is served up towards the press box, almost caught by our scorekeeper. It's a nice effort and a good catch, I believe, by a fan right down below us. That ball looking for Swanson Ralph. On the far side was Kading. It wasn't very dangerous, though, and Lang was easily able to grab hold of it, stop any possible scoring chance for the Blue Jays, now with under 18 minutes to play. Alex Lang, 2 games played this season for the Comets in goal. Still hasn't given up a goal, made 12 saves, has 1 win on the season, no losses. Ryan Grashik has played 7 games and started 7 games for the Comets. He is not starting today, possibly just getting some rest because the Comets played yesterday and then had to travel here to Elmhurst to play the Blue Jays on back-to-back days. Perhaps that's why Lang is getting the start here. This is DeLong on the far side. Deflected off of an Olivet defender. Kading will have a chance to throw another ball into the box, this time from the far side and via the throw-in. 8 shots to 0 for the Blue Jays thus far. They've just really dominated the possession. And even any possession Olivet has had has really been in their own defensive half. Blue Jay defense has done well to stifle any possible scoring opportunities. We have a couple of subs now for Olivet and 1 for Elmhurst. Excuse me, take that 2 for Elmhurst. It's going to be Magellan, number 38, and Chase Garavagia, number 14, going out. Get you who came in. Here's the throw-in. Headed away nicely by the Olivet defense. It's number 11, one of the subs for the Blue Jays, Mike Emig, is into the game. He replaces Michael DeLong, number 14. I believe that's a sub as well for Olivet controlling there. That was number 11, John Puente, the midfielder from Kalamazoo. He's eventually cleared by another defender, and now looking up for Werner Hoskins. Werner Hoskins has control, possibly able to rip a shot here, but instead decides to wait for his teammates. Now goes for it, and Yarwood is there to strip it away from him. Werner Hoskins still battling with Yarwood, passes it back. This is Wilson Santos on the far side. Wilson Santos swinging one into the box that goes just over the head of Puente and all the way over the near end line. It's Andrew Moore coming over to take the throw in. Didn't quite get over the end line, ended up being over the sideline, so it'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays with just over 16 minutes to play. Many of these Blue Jay players are from the state of Michigan. Many of the starters as well. Christian Mullen and Andrew Moore, two defenders, both from Michigan. Andrew Moore from Battle Creek and Mullen from East Lansing, so always fun to play. Possibly some of the guys you played in club back in the day, maybe even in high school. Sure, some of these guys played against each other in high school and now playing each other in the college ranks. As Moore is a junior and Mullen a sophomore, Mullen a senior. So a couple of other Michigan guys, I believe, on the Blue Jay side as well. Many of these Olivet players are also from the state of Michigan. I'm sure that's part of the reason why the Blue Jays take a Michigan trip every year. See some family out in Michigan, allow the family to have less of a trip to see you play. One by Emig and then over to Stifler. Stifler looking for Emig once again and finds him. Emig back to Stifler. Stifler with some room. Gets slide tackled very nicely by the Olivet defense. Taken away. Now Olivet trying to counter. Wilson Santos on the far side. He's got a couple of players in. He's going to look for Werner Hoskins. It's going to be Yarwood the one to break it up. And Witzowski was pressured by Wilson Santos, and it goes over the far end line. They lose possession, and Olivet will take over. As we mentioned, the final non-conference game on the schedule for the Blue Jays. The rugged CCIW schedule starts about as tough as it can get on the road at Wheaton. Ball in the box, cleared by Stifler. Another Olivet throw in on the far side. Both Elmhurst soccer teams, men and women's teams have gotten regional rankings as there's a shot that goes through the uprights and over the goal. I believe that was Puente on the shot that went well over the goal. But the first shot, nonetheless, for the Comets thus far in this game, and just about 13 minutes to play in the half. 32nd minute is when the first shot for Olivet comes and goes over the bar. Now Olivet controlling a little better thus far in the last few minutes. Here's Olivet controlling their offensive half. This is Austin Dunn. Take it away. Here's Werner Hoskins. To the near side, the pass wasn't crisp enough for Joby Griggs, and they'll lose possession. As we mentioned, both Elmhurst soccer teams ranked in the most recent Central Region soccer polls. Men's soccer team ranked 6th, while the women's soccer team is ranked 8th. I remembered that fact because I know Wheaton is certainly ranked as this ball taken by Puente. Looking for an open player, and it's going to be intercepted. The pass was not crisp enough, and Kading was able to take it away. Couple of players battling for the ball on the far side. Kading's going to be the one to sweep it forward. The Olivet defense will hold. The latest NSCAA Division III Men's Central poll features Hope College at the #1 spot. As this ball is lifted forward, couple of Comets, couple of Blue Jays converging on it. Who's going to take it? Little miscommunication between Moore and Yarwood, but it doesn't go too poorly for them as they're finally able to clear it away. Now here's a couple players battling for it. It goes off the head, or so it seems. Yes, it did indeed go off the head of a Blue Jay, number 29, John Carter, who came in. John Carter, a sophomore, 5'7", from St. Louis, Missouri. playing in the forward position. Replace Nick Fetchy. Andrew Moore throwing it in on the near side, looking for Emick. But the header goes from an Olivet player. Make that number 30, Joby Griggs, once again. Goes over the near sideline, and once again, the Blue Jays will have a throw, and this time possibly one that they'll organize to throw it into the box. Stifler giving it off to Kading, and Stifler will join the many Blue Jays heading towards the box. Right now there's 4 Blue Jays on the far side. The throw-in comes short to Witzowski. Witzowski with lots of time, giving it off to Kading. Kading off the defender Austin Dunn and out of play. Kading once again, possibly this time, swinging into the box. It looks like Witzowski will concede that as well as he goes towards the box. Here's the ball coming in. No chance for the keeper to take it. The header is by Ganas, but it goes over. And it'll be a goal kick for Alex Lang. Back to the Central Region poll. Hope College at number 1. They're 6-1 on the season. Then Wheaton College, who the Blue Jays will play at Wheaton on October 3rd, their next game. Then North Park, another CCIW foe, is ranked 3rd. They're 5-1. Wheaton 7-2. Washington University in St. Louis checks in at number 4. They're 4-1-1 on the season. Then Calvin College, another Michigan school, ranked in the 5th position. They beat Elmhurst here 1-0. And then Elmhurst at 6. The Milwaukee School of Engineering checking in at 7. Carthage, North Central, both CCIW opponents, at 8 and 9. And then Albion College, yet another Michigan school. Here's Mikey Emig. Mike Emig with lots of time. Looking to get around his defender. Makes a cut back. Looks towards the goal as the keeper came out, but the ball is cleared away by Olivet. Nice play by Mike Emig. He just couldn't quite find a Blue Jay into the box as the goal was open, if there was a Blue Jay there, and one of the Olivet defenders swept it away. Another good opportunity for the Blue Jays in this game. So as you can tell, this region is mainly dominated by Michigan and the CCIW. The MIAA with Hope, Calvin, and Albion at 1, 5, and 10 in the Central Region poll. That's top 10, as that's going to be a foul on the near side. That's Griggs on Stifler. As for the CCIW in the poll, Wheaton, North Park, Elmhurst, Carthage, and North Central. That's 5 teams ranked in the latest Central Region poll. So you can just tell 8 out of the top 10 all coming from one of these 2 conferences. And it's no question that these conferences love to schedule each other for that reason. Boost up their schedules, get some games against regional opponents and regionally ranked opponents. Here's Christian Mullen serving one into the box. Lots of Blue Jays, lots of Comets fighting for it. It goes off the head of Emig, but make that Yarwood, number 21, and he wasn't quite sure what he did, but I think he boxed out one of the Olivet defenders and forced him to stay down. Now Olivet looking to counter. Puente is to the near side. The ball from number 30, Griggs, goes off of an Elmhurst head and to the feet of Regland, who will think about kicking it to the far side and then pick it up himself. Just over 7 minutes to play in this first half. 1-0 Blue Jays. Elmhurst scoring on a Jeff Kading goal in the 23rd minute. His first of the season. It was just a rocket from about 25 yards out on the far side. He took it right on the volley out of the air. I believe it bounced once in front of him, and then he took it. Here's Emig with a chance. Mike Emig rips a shot. I think he thought he was held. Shaking his head. I think he did believe he was held there as he took a little stutter step on his way to take that shot. But either way, no call from the referee, and the goal kick will end up in Alex Lang's hands. Back into play, we are whistled in, and with over 6 minutes to play, Lang boots one deep. Couple of players battling for it. It's going to end up being Witzowski, but I believe it went off his shoulder. Could have been a foul. Actually, it looks like the referee's pointing at Stifler, giving him somewhat of a stern talking to, just making no cards, but talking to nonetheless. And now, be a similar play to what the Blue Jays just had. It's going to be Griggs throwing one into the box for Olivet. Always dangerous when Olivet can get one into the box. They do have a bunch of tall targets in there. Here's the ball. It's going to go off one head and then a little bit wide of the goal. Puente was there just in case it dropped in play, but it didn't. The header, I believe it was Werner Hoskins, number 8. Got his head on it, but it probably wanted to fling it towards net. It went a little high and wide, but if you want to head it down towards Puente, you might have had a good opportunity. Reglin, in his extremely colorful jersey, will take this one. Just over 5 minutes to play. Blue Jays still lead 1-0. Elmhurst looking to move to 6-2-2 on the season before starting the rugged CCIW schedule. Witzowski falls down, and Olivet will look to counter. Austin Dunn charging forward. A couple of Blue Jays around him, and now looked like Dunn tried to grab Witzowski's leg after the couple of them. We're going to stop the clock as Witzowski is going to get a card. That's going to be a yellow on Witzowski for a little bit of a rash challenge on Dunn. So Witzowski is booked here in the 40th minute of play. Make that the 41st minute. And once again, Olivet will have a long-range chance to flick one into the box. Last time it happened just a minute ago. Werner Hoskins got a head on it, but it couldn't quite get enough of it. So we start the clock once again on the kick. Here it comes, into the box dangerously. Off ahead, and it's going to be a corner for Olivet. It's just going to be Olivet's first corner. Blue Jays have only had 2 in the contest. 6 fouls apiece for both teams. Elmhurst leads in shots 10-2. As here's the corner coming in towards the far side. Hit towards the box by Garemia and then eventually away by the Blue Jay defense. This is Emig trying to keep it in. Is he going to be able to? No, he's not. Good hustle from Mike Emig, but he couldn't quite get all the way there. Emig, number 11, a junior from Kalamazoo, Michigan, one of the other Michigan players, possibly playing against some of his high school teammates or high school foes or club teammates, club foes here in this game against Olivet. Just under 4 minutes to play now in the first half. Elmhurst in control of this game, leading in shots 10-2. No shots on goal for Olivet. Just 2 shots total. Elmhurst has 3 shots on goal. One of them went in. It was a 25-yard rocket from Jeff Kading. Here's Brett Stifler fighting with Puente, and Puente's the one to win it. Puente getting it to Pilkington. And then cleared by the Olivet defense all the way to Andrew Moore in the Elmhurst defense. Here's Brett Stifler controlling. Still some time for either team. Get a little bit of an offensive attack going. Here's John Carter on the near side. Carter pushed off the ball by Pilkington. But the throw, I believe, will be Stifler, as Kading is not coming towards this one. And Stifler will perhaps throw it deep into the box, but this time it's going to go short to Emig on the near side. Emig looking to make something happen. Couple of moves. Gets around his defender. And Austin Dunn will clear it away for an Elmhurst corner. 2.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time for Elmhurst. Yet another scoring opportunity in here. Again, a beautiful day here at Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Luke Tanaka, delighted to bring you Elmhurst men's soccer on BlueJayTV.com. 1-0 Blue Jays lead over the Olivet College Comets. Jeff Kading, once again, taking Elmhurst's 3rd corner of the contest. It's swung into the box. Just misses the head of Christian Mullen, still in the box. Now taken by Emig on the far side. Emming, one of the leading attackers for the Blue Jays, kicks it off of Pilkington on the far side. Now Emming, will he be the one to take this throw? I don't believe he will. No, it's going to be Kading. Once again, Elmhurst will have a chance to swing one into the box dangerously. Ganas, Mullen, Yarwood, Swanson, Ralph, Emig, all in the box, along with Olivet defenders all over them. Here's the long throw. Yarwood with the shot, and it's going to be a foul either way. Foul on Elmhurst. Not sure exactly who the ref called it on, but perhaps just a little bit of pushing and shoving, a little too much for his liking, as we were just over a minute to play in this first half. Blue Jays scored first in the 23rd minute. Jeff Kading with his first goal of the season.
1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
Far side looking for some room to throw it in, and among the Elmhurst bench is Garemia. He charges one into the box, but it's headed by Yarwood, and now Olivet controlling. It's Wilson Santos. Passing it back to his defense. A couple of players collide on the far side. Nothing called. Now 20 seconds to play. Clock winding down. Yarwood handling it. Now about 10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6.
And the seconds
5,
will tick away.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And that'll be the end of the first half.
Elmhurst leads 1-0.
The Elmhurst Blue Jays on top 1-0 here on Jeff Kading's 23rd minute goal. We'll take a break for halftime and come back in just 15 minutes. This is Elmhurst College Men's Soccer on BlueJayTV.com. on the campus. Welcome back to Elmhurst Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Luke Tanaka here, Elmhurst men's soccer on BlueJayTV.com as we get set for the second half. Elmhurst clears the ball all the way down to Alex Lang. And typical fashion for the Blue Jays, they usually try to run somebody off the left side and perhaps get a chance. This time it was Emig who was sprinting down the left side, and their kick was just a little too close to the keeper. So the Blue Jays lead 1-0 here at Langhorse Field, as that is going to be offsides on Olivet. 23rd minute goal, it was Jeff Kading who ripped a shot for about 30 yards out, possibly between the 25 and 30 yards, and ripped it to the far post and past the Olivet goalkeeper Alex Lang for his first goal of the season, and that's where we stand right now, 1-0. Lang made 2 saves, gave up the 1 goal in the 45 minutes of play. As for Reglan, no goals, no saves, no shots on goal for Olivet so far. Just 2 shots in total. Elmhurst outshot Olivet 11-2 in that first half. As for fouls, Elmhurst was 7, Olivet was 6. Corner kicks, Elmhurst leads 3-1. Unassisted goal from Jeff Kading, as we mentioned, his first of the season, as that's a foul on Elmhurst, and Olivet will get us restarted. Mikey Emig over on the far side, just making sure that the quick restart couldn't be intercepted. Instead, it'll be a long wait for us to get started. Here it comes. Couple of players battling. That was Werner Hoskins for Olivet, along with Witzowski battling for that, to be on the other end of that free kick, as here's Emig on the far side controlling around a couple players, but now it's the pass is intercepted, and Brett Stifler will just grab hold of the Olivet player, and no card for Stifler. Instead, it'll just be a free kick for the Comets. Free kick getting set. We'll get back underway just shortly. It's about just 2.5 minutes into this second half. Olivet College 4-4 on the season after beating Kalamazoo yesterday. There's a line shot into the box, battled on by Mullen and Austin Dunn, the midfielder for Olivet. One eventually by Dunn, and a throw-in will come in. It goes to Werner Hoskins and then played back. The ball is lifted in the air and off of a Elmhurst defender. I believe it was Andrew Moore who was in the area, and now Olivet will have just their second corner of the contest, just the 5th of the entire game, and it's played short. This is Wilson Santos battling with Stifler. Stifler the one to win it, but Wilson Santos got it back. Now Mike Emig over to DeLong as the Blue Jays go with the attacking duo of DeLong and Emig to start this half. Fetchy also in the game as a forward, but playing more of a midfielder's role with DeLong and Emig more towards the forward role, as Emig couldn't quite get to that one. Stifler is down on the far side. We'll see if we get a stoppage. He got hit pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what happened. And that's going to be a stoppage of the clock, as Stifler is going to get looked at by the trainer. I didn't see exactly what happened on the play, but it seemed that perhaps the ball went straight into his, maybe he got the wind knocked out of him by the ball. I know he got kicked pretty good by the ball from short distance. So we'll see if he's all right. He's still on the ground, seems to be in some pain. Getting checked out by the trainer. Looks like the right leg, possibly the left leg from this angle. See if we can check it out on the replay. We do see him down on the play, but I'm not exactly sure exactly what happened. It was just, maybe it's just a freak type accident. Now he's on his feet and walking off with the help of the trainer. So we'll get a nice round of applause from the fans here. We'll get you an update as soon as we can. I'm I'm going to say it's a leg, and not sure if maybe his knee got hit by the ball and something happened or what exactly happened. I know that the Olivet player kicked the ball, obviously not intentionally, but straight into him. And the clock is going to start as Olivet will play it back to their defense. They wanted to play it back to Reglan, Olivet did, but the Elmhurst players signaled that they had the ball anyway, and so that they should play it back to their defense. And so we're back underway. Just under 41 minutes to play here in the second half. Elmhurst still leading 1-0. Olivet controlling with their defense. They did that for much of the beginning of the first half before Elmhurst struck, and since have been taking a few more chances with the ball, but that's also led to a couple more good Elmhurst scoring chances. As we said, 11-2, Elmhurst led in shots in the first half. Free kick for Olivet after that foul. Lifted forward, looking for number 12 on the far side, battling there, and eventually it'll be a foul on him. Foul on Olivet. We'll try to get a name for number 12 when you get a chance. And it's going to be Andrew Moore on the far side. He'll call off Reglan and take it himself. 1-0 Blue Jays. Elmhurst Soccer trying to move to 6-2-2 on the season. Currently ranked 6th in the latest Central Region Division III poll. A poll that is dominated by the CCIW and the MIAA, the Michigan Conference that Olivet is a part of. Jeff Kading on the far side looking for Emig. Emig controls it with his chest and then will play it back to Kading once again. Kading moving towards Emig and now springing Emig towards the box. Emig, lots of room, looking to take a shot. Does take a shot and it deflects off one of the Olivet defenders, and it'll be a corner for the Blue Jays. Nice play there by Kading and Emig. Good communication between the two as Kading saw the opening for Emig to run in, and Emig was able to get into the box, and another dangerous scoring opportunity for the Blue Jays as about 6 Blue Jays, 7 or 8 Olivet defenders in the box ready for this one. The Blue Jays will try something different. Usually they run in from the far side, but this time I think with the height advantage they're going to stay in the box. Here it comes. Goes through a couple of players dangerously and ends up on the far side for Emig. Now controlled by the Olivet defense and then cleared all the way downfield. That was number 20, Billy Matard, I believe. Here's Emig. Battling with an Olivet defender. It was number 30, Griggs, and Emig is the one to win the free kick for the Blue Jays. It'll be from about 50 yards out. It's going to either be Kading or Mullen. My guess is this in the offensive half, it'll probably be Kading. So he'll be able to serve it into the box. The Blue Jays, as I mentioned on that corner kick, usually like to swing their players from outside the box like we're seeing here. Swing them into the box from the far side. This one is for Fetchy at the far post. The ball is dangerously lifted over the goal by an Olivet defender. Boy, if that ball was anywhere closer to the goal, I don't think the keeper Lang would have had any chance to clear that one. But it did end up going over the goal, and it'll be Kading, the one to take the corner on the far side. Kading taking the corner as here come the Elmhurst attackers into the box. Swinging towards the far side is Ganas. That looks like who they're looking for. It is Ganas. He's going to head it back towards the box, but it wasn't very dangerous, at least not the scoring opportunity. And Olivet was able to control, and now it's going to hit one of the players' arms. I believe that was 19 Austin Dunn. Handball on him, and now from 40 yards out. We'll see if Kading takes it. It looks like it's going to be Witzowski instead, as Kading has taken the last 4 or 5. Now here's Kading. taking a long-range shot that finds the awaiting arms of Alex Lang. Lang plays it short to his defense. Olivet still looking for their first goal. They scored 2 yesterday in a 2-0 defeat of Kalamazoo. Jared Wilson-Santos, the one battling for the ball, number 7, and getting called for the foul, had a goal and an assist yesterday. This is Emig, sprung by Kading. Battling is Emig, one of the more physical players you'll see. If you watch Elmhurst soccer regularly, you'll be able to notice Emig's physical play. Playing back to Kading. Kading with a scooping shot. It finds the arms of Alex Lang. Another long-range shot for Kading, but easy save for the Olivet keeper. "14 shots for the Blue Jays, just 2 for the Comets, as the Blue Jays have really dominated most of this game. This is a dangerous opportunity, though. Mullen just has to flick it away. Very nicely done by Mullen. Here comes a sub in for Olivet. Schultz, number 10, will be the one to go out. Coming onto the field is number 26, Chase Dunn, the defender, freshman from Perry, Michigan, and Perry High School. That clearing attempt was blocked by an Olivet defender, but then cleared over the far end line, and Andrew Moore will be the one to put us back into play. We finally have a name for 12. It's a number change. It's John Leitzinger. John Leitzinger, number 12, the man. The flowing locks towards the defense. Andrew Moore clears one away, but into the Olivet bench, and once again, Olivet will have a chance to control. This is number 19, Austin Dunn. Lifting one into the box is another Olivet player, and this is Wilson-Santos, the always dangerous Jared Wilson-Santos. 4 assists on the season, but this time he has it taken away by a couple of Elmhurst defenders. And Witzowski will look to spring Mike Emig. Ball lands short. Emig battling with an Olivet defender who wisely clears it over the near end line. That was Schambach, freshman from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Pioneer High School. Andrew Witzowski. Now Nick Fetchy. But the ball is unfortunately for the Blue Jays, cleared all the way back to Lang, and no scoring opportunity there. Just over 33.5 minutes to play in the second half. 1-0 Elmhurst. They've been in control of this game thus far, but only one shot has found the net. One of their 14. 5 of the shots have been on goal. They also have had 5 corners and 1 shot that was negated by an offsides. Far side, Kading running from the near side to take this throw in. Once again, the Blue Jays will crowd the box. Yarwood coming up from his defensive position. Always got to look for number 8, Alec Ganas, the freshman. Ganas, just a freshman from Demondale, Michigan, and Holt High School. 6'4", 180. A tall presence here. He's near the near post. They're going to look for him. He's going to flick it on, hoping to find one of his teammates, but he does not. A couple of players battling for it, and the foul is going to be charged to Elmhurst number 18, Jordan Fletcher, who has checked into the ballgame. Olivet will have a couple of subs at the next stoppage, I believe. Alex Lang in the bright green jersey. Keeper for Olivet will clear it all the way upfield. Witzowski won the header, but it came back to Andrew Moore, who had to clear it. Now Emig couldn't quite get his head to that one, and now DeLong has it. DeLong, always dangerous for the Blue Jays in the attacking half. 2 goals and 3 assists on the season. Now here's Emig looking for DeLong. DeLong with lots of room. DeLong will take a shot that is partially blocked, and then into the awaiting hands of Alex Lang. Good play by Lang to limit Jeff Kading on the near side, who was charging. Obviously ready to clean up some trash if there was any around the goal. Kading's goal is the difference in a 1-0 game. Dangerous pass back to the keeper there as DeLong was all over the Olivet defense. Ball is cleared away and given back to the Blue Jays by the keeper Lang. Here's Jeff Kading lifting the ball towards DeLong. DeLong didn't play it because it looked like he was offsides, and now here's Fetchy. Fetchy with a couple of options to pass to, didn't find either of them, but still can retain possession. Fetchy has Fletcher. Now looking for DeLong, and that just is well played by Alex Lang. Fetchy looking for DeLong. Just couldn't quite find him inside the box as Lang was the man to beat DeLong to the ball. Good play by the Olivet keeper, but once again the pressure is back on, this time Witzowski playing back to Kading. Kading around midfield, lifting the ball towards the box, but nobody's there. Except, of course, for the keeper Alex Lang, who will gobble that one up. Lang now 14 saves on the season. This is just the third game he's played in and just the second time he started. Not very many subs on a pretty warm day, but there's a nice breeze out on the field. Just 5 subs between the two teams. Mike Emig, the only sub with a shot, and he has 2 in his 16 minutes of play in the first half. A couple of Olivet subs. Harry Pilkington, number 29, checking in along with Jordan Terry. Terry, a 5'8" forward from Lansing, Michigan. Pilkington started the game as this ball is lifted into the box, and Mullen is able to clear it away to Fetchy. Pilkington, number 39, 5'10", freshman from Hartpool, England. DeLong's pass is deflected off a Comet, and now Olivet will try to get a scoring opportunity out of it. This is number 26, Chase Dunn on the far side. Dunn has it taken away by an Elmhurst defender and then cleared well over Alexander Boulevard and into all the way the Alexander parking lot over the far fence here at Langhorse Field. Luke Tanaka delighted to bring you all the action Elmhurst College men's soccer on BlueJayTV.com. So glad you could be along with us for the Elmhurst College Blue Jays final non-conference game of the season. This ball dangerously into the box. Here's going to be a shot from Werner Hoskins, but he shanked it, and then that one's going to go way up and out. I believe that was Leitzinger, number 12. Shot was high and possibly even through the uprights that hang out behind the goal here at Langhorse Field. With the victory bell in the background, John Reglin will do his traditions and then lift one away. You can tell the wind definitely blowing from right to left, as that one didn't even make it past midfield. Usually Reglin's balls will land about 70 yards away from where he kicks them off. Possibly, I'd say more like 60. 70 yards from the end line, but he gives himself a 10-yard cushion. 8 Olivet players in the box, just about every Blue Jay also in there as well to defend this one. This ball lifted into the box, looking for Vince Garemia. Now back into the box. Couple of Comets converging on it, but they're going the wrong way, and so they'll play back to their defense and reset. Number 4, De La Sera, lifting one in the box. It's high in the air, still dangerous, and now eventually cleared high and out of play by Andrew Moore, at least out of the Elmhurst half. Werner Hoskins off to Puente with his head. Nice move. Werner Hoskins now going to wrap around. Puente trying to go through the legs of Kading, but couldn't quite corral his own dribble attempt. Now that ball's taken away by Fetchy. DeLong now has it, and he'll look up for Emig. Emig lets it go through, but Pilkington is there and sweeps it away nicely. Couple of players battling. Neither team can really gain a long stretch of possession here in the Olivet half, but now Werner Hoskins is going to lift it to the far side. He's going to go too far. Nice job on the far side to keep it in play, but Andrew Moore was there to clean it up for the Blue Jays. Now Fletcher battling, and Olivet is able to win that ball. Olivet with some good possession here in the Elmhurst half, trying to find their equalizer. Olivet fans urging them on. Here's a nice opportunity. This is number 25, Jordan Terry. Terry moving to his left, using his left foot to swing one up, but it's up and over the net and out of play. Reglan checking on his midfielder, Kading. Kading's all right. And Reglan will put us back into play in just a minute. 26 minutes remaining. Blue Jays still lead 1-0. Nice of you to join us on such a great day for soccer. Some of the leaves are changing, but it's a warm day out here at Langhorse Field. Reglan with the run-up and the boot. Make its way to about midfield. Olivet wins it over DeLong. And Olivet retaining possession here. Lots of possession thus far, probably in the last 10 or so minutes for Olivet. They're still being outshot in this half 4-2 by the Blue Jays, but most of the Blue Jays' 4 shots came early in the half. So we're now into the second part of the second half. Olivet's still looking for the equalizer. Christian Mullen boots that down the far sideline. Lifted back towards the box. Puente got ahead on it. Let's play to the near side and Terry. Terry will play it back to his defender, De La Sera. De La Sera. Back in now, Puente, and good job by Reglan to come out. Reglan had some kind of season last season. He was phenomenal in net for the Blue Jays, and he's only been able to continue it this year, as here is an Olivet attacker, but he lost it, and De La Sera will be the one to take the throw in. No, he'll leave it for Garemia, who will probably throw it into the box. That was 25 Terry for Olivet. One who lost the ball, but won the throw-in. Garemia throwing it into the box. Reglan yelling away, but that one is going to go over, and it's going to be a corner. It was headed away slightly dangerously by the Blue Jays. Certainly, I'm sure Reglan's heart stopped there for a second, but as he watched that one sail over the crossbar and probably wide. This is going to be Griggs, number 30, to take the corner. This is Olivet's third corner of the game. Lifted into the box, headed away. Looked like it could have gotten in the hands of Reglan if Stifler didn't head it away, but nice play by Stifler regardless, just in case. A couple of players battling for it, and that'll be another corner for Olivet. Nice play by the couple of Comets over there. I believe this is going to be Griggs, number 30, once again, taking the corner. Lots of Comets in the box to shoot for, and this time again away by Stifler. Nice play by Brett Stifler. Here's Emig looking to retain some Elmhurst possession. They haven't had much in the last 15 minutes. Now here's Witzowski looking for DeLong, but he's offsides. Just the second offsides of the game for the Blue Jays. Olivet also has one, but that was pretty apparent, as DeLong was about a step or two ahead of the defender, De La Sera. Alex Lang looking to lift one as far as he can. The wind's going to carry this one. Christian Mullen going to be the one to hit it away. Leitzinger battling with DeLong. Who's going to win the throw-in? It's going to be DeLong. Nice play by Michael DeLong. He is a senior from Hickory, North Carolina. As we stop the clock, and we're going to give a yellow card to the Olivet bench. Andrew Moore, number 3, is out for the Blue Jays, along with Kading. I believe. No, Kading is not going to go off. He's going to be the one to take the throw in. So I believe just Andrew Moore is the one that goes out. Wouldn't be surprised to see him sub back into the game later. So the clock is now running once again. Scott Johnson, I believe, number 22, was the one to replace Moore. Here on the near side, playing right back is Scott Johnson. Here's Pointe, passing back for De La Serra, who lifts it up towards Wilson Santos. Make that Werner Hoskins, number 8. Here's Garamia, the big Olivet defender, checking in at 6'2", 195, and he's just a freshman from Ontario, Canada. Dangerous ball in the box. Couple of players collide. It's Yarwood, and I believe that's number 15, Camden Iwasco, but I'll check on that to make sure. Couple of players colliding. Yarwood seems to be okay, limping it off. The Olivet player is still down. We'll see if they call the trainer. We have stopped the clock at 21:05 to go in the second half. 19 is the player that's down. It's Austin Dunn. And Dunn is on his feet and seems to be walking okay. So nice to see that. He seems to be okay. Yarwood seems to be okay. And on John Reglin's kick, we will get back going. 21:05 to go. 1-0 Blue Jays. 23rd minute goal by Jeff Kading is the difference. Reglin taking his time to get started, and there's the boot. They go to about midfield, battled on by a bunch of players, won by Olivet. Here's Scott Johnson, though. His clearing attempt wasn't quite what he wanted, but Werner Hoskins seemed to got beat up on the play, the attacker for Olivet, and able to clear it away was Brett Yarwood. Throw in a dangerous area for the Blue Jays. It'll be Jeff Kading running from his far left back position to come and throw this one in. Blue Jays will crowd the box, as will Olivet. Witzowski is still deciding whether to get into the box. He's not going to, but he's going to send Christian Mullen in there. Witzowski will have his back if this does indeed go to a quick counter. Here's the throw, and it's off of Ganas. Bouncing around dangerously, but then cleared well by John Pointe of Olivet. Just under 20 minutes to play. Blue Jays still clinging to a 1-0 lead, as Olivet has had much more possession than they did in the first half, but still only 5 shots on the contest. Stifler's throw-in is towards Witzowski. Witzowski controls it with his chest. Good play by him. Now to the far side, and Fletcher. Fletcher, is he going to make to the ball? Yes, he is. Then that ball is going to go off Fletcher off the Olivet defender, I guess. The Olivet defender was pleading for an Olivet throw-in, but instead it's going to be Jeff Kading the one to throw it in, and again, a dangerous ball inside the box. The Blue Jays haven't been able to get many great chances off these throw-ins or corner kicks, but perhaps this is the one they do. Here's the throw. It's deep towards the near post, headed away by Leitzinger, but then back in by Witzowski. Leitzinger the one to clear it away once again, and he keeps it in play well. Pointe battling with Scott Johnson, and he backed right into him. But they're going to give the foul to Johnson. And Alex Lang, the Comet goalkeeper, will boot it upfield. Olivet's still looking for the equalizer. 1-0 Blue Jays. Elmhurst at 5-2-2, looking to move to 6-2-2. That ball goes all the way to Reglin. It had to pass at least 5 or 6 players before it found the awaiting hands of John Reglin and his orange mitts. Booted away on a bounce. This one is a much deeper one than his last few. And Elmhurst defense will control. Yarwood now looking for Stifler. Stifler has Johnson running up the near side, but decides not to go there. He also has Gnas and now Emig, who he looks for. Emig collides with Leitzinger, stopping the clock, and Emig is going to get a yellow for that. Excuse me, that's not Emig, that's Fletcher. Fletcher, number 18, is the one who will get the yellow on a rash challenge on Leitzinger, the Olivet defender. That's 2 yellows for the Blue Jays in the game. Olivet also has a yellow card. It was on the head coach. .17:47. The clock stopped briefly for that yellow card. A line of Blue Jays about 30 yards from the goal. That's where they assume this kick from Alex Lang will land. Didn't quite give him enough credit as it lands around the 15, but Christian Mullen is the man to head it away. As we mentioned in the first half, Elmhurst ranked in the latest Central Region poll, and that is a Central Region poll that is dominated by both of these conferences. Olivet, a part of the MIAA, the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. As a Olivet sub, briefly, 16, Schambach back in, replacing Jacob Kinney, number 29. The CCIW has 5 out of the top 10 teams in the latest D3 Central Region poll. Wheaton College checks in at number 2, North Park at number 3, Elmhurst at number 6, Carthage at number 8, and North Central at number 9. Last season, the top 4 teams in the Central Region were all from the CCIW. Went Wheaton, North Park, Carthage, and then Elmhurst. But I believe Wheaton was the only one to make the tournament, as once again we have a stoppage in play, another yellow, this time on Olivet. I believe that's number 19, Austin Dunn, who's going to get charged for that yellow. A couple of coaches on the Elmhurst side were standing with their arms in the air, wondering what was going to happen. And it's a card for Olivet. So now 2 cards apiece for either team. As the referee is starting to take control of this game, making sure nothing gets out of hand. Here's Ben Swanson-Ralph. He goes down hard, and that's going to be an interesting angle on a free kick. As down went Joby Griggs, number 30. He's still down, but now getting up to both knees and making his way to his feet. So this is just outside of the box. They may even have the ball on the line of the box as Swanson-Ralph went down hard. We're going to stop the clock here. And he wants to sub out for Griggs, who is limping over towards the sideline. So the Olivet coach is going to grab somebody to check in for Griggs briefly. Perhaps it's going to be number 14, Chase Garavelgia, who started the game for Olivet. And number 30, Griggs, will go out. Limping, it seems the right leg is the issue. So they do lose some height with that, which, although it may not mean so much on this kick, we're going to see what Kading does with this. He could try to wrap it around and put it on frame. Here it is. It's off the awaiting chest of a Blue Jay player. I believe that was number 21, Brad Yarwood, who was able to get something on it. He just couldn't quite put it on net. It was a good kick by Kading towards the near post, and Yarwood just couldn't quite get enough on it to give some trouble to Alex Lang, the keeper. A good chance for the Blue Jays there, but it goes for naught. And this is going to be a dangerous free kick placement for Olivet. 40 yards out, but just about straight away. Elmhurst will use a wall for this one, even though it is a very much a long-distance attempt. John Carter and Brett Stifler on the line, or on the wall, excuse me. Inching forward, and up goes the ball. It's over the head of Christian Mullen, who tried to head it over, and instead it'll find its way beyond everybody and over the end line for John Reglan. So Reglan will get us underway. Just over 14 and a half minutes to play. Blue Jays still clinging to a 1-0 lead. It looked like they were going to coast for a while here, but then Olivet has really fought back in the second half and gotten a lot more chances, a lot more possession in the Blue Jays' defensive half. So good job by the Comets, but they haven't been able to convert quite yet. Olivet with just 5 shots on the contest, and none of them have found the frame. No saves necessary for John Reglan. The Blue Jays 16 shots and 5 on frame. 4 saves for the Comet goalkeeper Alex Lang. Elmer's 5 corners to Olivet's 4 as this ball is slung into the box. Battling for it and winning it is Witzowski. Witzowski lifting it towards Swanson Ralph. Swanson Ralph is speedy, and Alex Lang is going to have to emergency kick it straight up in the air. And now that's a rash challenge by Witzowski. We'll see what the referee does here. Doesn't seem like he's going to give Witzowski a card, maybe a talking to. It was a pretty rough challenge by Witzowski, but the referee seems to be lenient with this one. Not give Witzowski a card. That would have been a double yellow for Witzowski had he been given a card there. He was given a yellow already, so referee lenient with that call as he took out the legs of one of the Olivet defenders. Now with 13 minutes remaining, 1-0 still to the Blue Jays. Alex Lang kicks this one all the way, and it's, oh, what a save by Reglan. Number 8, Corey Werner Hoskins got a head on that ball. It looked like it was heading for the upper 90, and John Reglan made an absolutely unbelievable save. So what a play by John Reglan. It's only his first save of the contest, but that was just a fantastic diving save. Got just enough to tip it over the bar, and now Puente will kick it. A corner kick that goes awry, and Swanson Ralph is going to be the one trying to control this one, but the Olivet defense does well to collapse on the ball. Unfortunately, De La Sera's pass, at least for the Comets, goes over the near sideline, and Scott Johnson will put us back into play with a throw-in. So Olivet with their first really good opportunity, and it comes off of an 80-yard long ball by the keeper. Off the head of Werner Hoskins towards the top right upper 90, and then just poked over by the left hand of John Reglan. Those are the kind of saves we've come accustomed to seeing from Reglan. It may not be 7 or 8 of them. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But if it's just that one save that keeps the Blue Jays out in front, that's a big deal for Elmhurst to be up 1-0. 11:20 to go. Elmhurst still clinging to that lead as we just talked about Olivet's strong play in the second half. That was certainly their best chance of the day by a long shot. Their first shot on goal, and this their 6th shot of the game. Now Kading will have another chance for the Blue Jays. They haven't been able to get anything off set pieces quite yet. Their only goal came from Kading on a 30-yard bullet to the far post. Kading waiting for the referee to adjust the wall far back enough. Now Kading will lift one into the box. It's dangerous for Brad Yarwood. Now a shot by Fletcher that's blocked. Fletcher certainly had a chance there. Now Kading goes down. But the referee will point towards Alex Lang, and Lang will be the one to put us back into play. Just over 10 minutes to play. Lang taking his time surprisingly. Clock still running. Lang's kick is headed back by Fletcher and out of play. De La Sera on the far side will be the one to get us back started. Olivet not quite showing a huge sense of urgency quite yet. Still 10 minutes to look for that equalizer. Here's Yarwood heading it away and out of play onto the far side. And now Garemia will try to throw this one into the box. About 4 Olivet players converging. Garemia with a long run up and the throw. It gets into the box. It's spinning, and De La Sera possibly got a head on it, but it went away from the goal. Now flicking it back up over his head was Magellan, and it went all for naught as Reglin will retrieve that ball beyond his end line. Just under 9 minutes to play. Here's Reglin back into play for the Blue Jays. Jeff Kading fighting for it, but couldn't quite get it. Now it's Fletcher. Fletcher to Ganas. Ganas battling through a defender. Ganas looking to spring possibly the insurance goal. But Swanson Ralph couldn't quite get past his defender. Now Stifler battling with another defender. Here's Schultz back into the game for Olivet, and he will draw the contact and the foul on Stifler. Number 10's battling. Swanson Ralph not happy with where Lang spotted the ball. The referee doesn't seem to care about that spot as we're still about 70 yards from the net. But this is exactly where Olivet's last great chance made its way from, but this time it's going to go over everybody. Garemia was the closest man. He just couldn't quite get up high enough to put a head on that one and put it towards goal. Elmhurst 17 shots, but just 5 of them on target. 1 of them the goal by Jeff Kading in the 23rd minute. Reglin taking his time. Everybody camping out around midfield. The kick will be just short of midfield, but flicked on by Stifler, and then won by Carter nicely to Stifler. Good play by Carter to get it over to Stifler on the near side. Here's Emig. Emig keeps possession, looking to the far side, but the pass is deflected very well by number 33, Pergoffer. Carter looking to put one in. Gets deflected off of a defender, and now Carter will have once again to Stifler. Stifler taking his time, just holding in the corner, possibly a little early for that, but 2 Olivet defenders converge, and it will eventually go out off Stifler for a goal kick that Olivet will try to spring quickly so they can possibly get some of their attackers in position to score. We got to watch out. If you're the Blue Jays, you got your eye on John Schultz. He's got 4 goals on the season. He's number 10. You also have your eye on Jared Wilson Santos, number 7, who has 4 assists and a goal. You also got to look out for Corey Werner Hoskins, who has 3 goals on the season. This is Werner Hoskins on the near side. Controlling, but then taken away by Witzowski, but the challenge was a little too much for the referee, and that'll be a free kick. This is a big free kick for the Comets. Just under 6 minutes to play, still looking for the equalizer. Wilson Santos puts his hand up, kicks it away. It's a knuckleball that is cleared away by Elmhurst, and then a shot is taken by De La Sera, and it's blocked. Ball still rolling around dangerously, still dangerous, and Witzowski will finally clear it away for the Blue Jays. Emig battling with a defender, and now Ganas will put it back upfield. Carter loses the ball. Now Wilson Santos. Reglin now from his goal. Collides with John Schultz and then scampers back to fall on the ball. Bold choice by Reglan to come out of his box where he knew it was going to be close play between him and Schultz, but there were a couple Elmhurst defenders there to slow down Schultz. The two, Reglan and Schultz, did collide, and Reglan was able to corral the loose ball. Emig fouls Garavaglia on the near side. And now Olivet will send just about everybody forward. 4.5 minutes to play. Down 1-0. Lang with the long kick. Last time, 2 times ago he kicked it. There was a good chance. This time the kick sails towards the far end line. Now De La Sera. Lang is about 50 yards off his line. So we'll look at if Reglan tries to restart it quickly. He will not. That was a chance for number 5, Garamia, trying to flick it towards the net, but Reglan was at the near post, just camping there, making sure that nothing got by him. 7th shot of the game for Olivet. Emig looking to waste some clock on the far side. Under 4 minutes to play now. Blue Jays still leading. Brett Stifler is wide open on the near side, but it'd be hard to find him. Fletcher couldn't quite turn around enough to find him, but the Blue Jays still control, and that's what's important for them here in these last few minutes. John Carter now. Carter streaking towards net, looking for Emig. Emig with an opening. Back to Carter. Defender falls down. Here's the shot. It's saved by Lang. Now Stifler, still good opportunity for the Blue Jays. Stifler turning to his right, turning around. Now taking a shot that is deflected off of Garavaglia. And Stifler will certainly take his time, if he will even take it. No, it's going to be Kading running from the far side. Now slowing down, now checking with his teammate to make sure who's going to take it, and it's going to be somebody else. Under 3 minutes to play. Stopping the clock is the referee as the Blue Jays decide who will take it. Fletcher's in the area and Stifler's over there too. Perhaps just a short kick to Stifler and Wilson Santos were battling, and now Stifler's going to have some choice words with Wilson Santos, the referee, over to check it quickly. Just over 2 minutes to play. Now controlling is John Schultz. Schultz, the ever-dangerous attacker for the Comets. Here comes Schultz to the near side, Wilson Santos. Also dangerous. Santos has time. Kicks it towards the middle. Nice play by Yarwood. Clears it away. Olivet defense looking to spring another attack. It's off of Emig and out of play. Under 2 minutes to play. Somebody's got to take the throw in. It's going to be, and we got a whistle blowing, and we're going to make sure that Garami is in the right spot. Here comes the throw. It's a deep one, and it's a good one. Werner Hoskins was there, and Emig will just blast it up in the air off of Garamalia. Ball bouncing like a pinball, and now John Carter's all on zone. Carter has Emig. Carter's going to take a shot, and it's saved by Lang. I can't believe Carter took that shot. I thought he had more time. He could have passed it off to Emig, although I believe Emig would have been offsides either way at that point. But with just over a minute to play, Carter almost had the insurance goal that would have sealed the victory for the Blue Jays. 1 minute to play.
1 minute remaining regulation time. 1 minute.
Stopping the clock. We're not quite sure what for, but with 54.9 seconds, the referee says to stop the clock. It's a free kick for Olivet, giving them a little extra time to set up. Clock will restart on the kick. John Schultz is going to be the man to take it, and he'll chat with his coach. The kick is on its way. It's headed down by Mullen nicely. And really not a great touch there by Berghofer. Berghofer had a chance to possibly bring it down, maybe put one back into the box, maybe find a teammate, but instead the ball went off his foot and over the end line, and now John Reglin, with 30 seconds left, will gladly take his time to get play restarted. 25 seconds and counting. Blue Jays clinging to a 1-0 lead. Ball doesn't quite go over the end line, but John Carter is there to flick it forward. Emig battling with the defender. Carter hitting it back up towards Emig. Just over 10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7.
Olivet does not look
5.
in a big hurry to start it. Neither does Elmhurst, and that is going to be the ball game. Elmhurst wins 1-0.
Final score 1-0.
Let's go through some stats really quick. The Blue Jays score the 23rd minute goal. It was Jeff Kading with a rocket from 30 yards out to put the Blue Jays up 1-0, and that's how the game ends. Final score 1-0. Let's go through the shots. 20-8. Elmhurst led in shots. On goal, 7 for the Blue Jays, just 1 for Olivet. It was a great chance late in the game. Long ball from Alex Lang was flicked on by Corey Werner-Hoskins towards the net, and John Reglin made a beautiful diving save with his left hand to deny Olivet a chance at the equalizers. That was certainly the best chance Olivet had in this game. As for Olivet, 6 saves for Alex Lang, but he did give up the 1 goal. He will get the loss. Reglin will get the win. And Reglin will also get his 6th shutout of the season. Corners, Elmhurst led 6-5. Offsides, Elmhurst had 2. Olivet had 1, and a couple of yellow cards for both teams. Final score from Langhorse Field. Your Elmhurst Blue Jays 1, Olivet 0. Elmhurst ends the non-conference portion of their schedule at 6-2-2. They play at Wheaton College on October 3rd. For Luke Tanaka, our technical producer and camera operator, Glenn Liljeberg, saying so long from Langhorse Field. Final score, Elmhurst 1, Olivet 0.